Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another exciting episode of Habib Talks, an initiative by Habib University where we talk what matters. I am very honored to be here as a host. My name is Reshma Haider. I am part of Silicon Valley Open Network. I'm a charter member. I've been in Silicon Valley for almost 32 years and an entrepreneur and a community leader. It's a privilege and honor to welcome our guest today, Mr. Junaid Qurashi.
Thank you.
Junaid has been a long friend, a classmate from college, and a pioneer in everything. Today it's an honor to have Junaid speak about Habib University as well as Open. He's the president of Open Silicon Valley. Let's start right now with your background, Junaid. I know you've been my senior at school here, but tell us more about how your journey started in the U.S. When did you move here?
I moved in late 80s after high school. I remember growing up in Pakistan, in Karachi, where as I was growing up, I saw this technology. I was introduced very early in the age by an amazing gentleman. His name was Altaf Bolani. I don't know if you guys know. He was early engineer in PTV and used to work with my mother. And he's the one who showed me the world of technology. At that time, computers were not around in early 80s, at least not in Pakistan. As I started going to college, computers were being introduced. Apple II, IBM 86 early version was launched. And I realized maybe I'm born in the wrong country. If I am to go in technology, I have to be out of here. Not that I didn't love my country, but that's where my passion started, that I need to find a place which can teach me my passion, which can take me to this world where this is happening. And I didn't know at that time word Silicon Valley. I didn't know this technology place existed.
Actually, if we date ourselves, you were here at the time when the technology was starting. It was Bay Area, San Francisco, more famous for Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
And I remember that time. So you've seen the whole decade journey of
So I got
pre-internet days.
Totally. I got here. My first year, I didn't study, but I just tinkered with my mom's cousin who was in technology, and I worked with him, and I realized this is it.
So you had a
That's how
mentor.
I got here. I did have a mentor. And
Amazing.
life without mentor is impossible. If you have a good mentor, you can create an amazing journey for yourself.
How did you enter into, I know you have, I can talk about your present day job, but let's walk through what you did. Mashallah, you've done so much in the past that it will be nice for audience members to know what you've done.
So I think the first thing for me was to find a college that can give me admissions. And I came here, unlike the traditional route that you apply for college and you get here. I was, as my mom called it, I was super ziddi. Or I was like, what is the word for it? Ziddi? Stubborn. So I was super stubborn. And I just convinced my mom, get me here, I'll figure it out. So first thing I did community college with you. You remember that? We went there. From there, I found out that computer engineering was a new field. To my surprise, it was either computer science or electrical engineering. So I did computer engineering, and from there on, my journey of professional life started. And it's after that I just entered. I took a non-traditional route. Instead of joining a company, I started a company, and that
You're an entrepreneur from day one.
From day one. As soon as I graduated, I was in a company. I and another partner of mine. In fact, my mom's cousin was there. In summers, I used to work there.
Tell us more about Habib University. I heard you've visited, you've seen the university. What's your impression of that?
I was pleasantly surprised. When I first went there, I realized, well, I was told it's a liberal college, and or at least that's how it started. I did a whole tour of it first time. I was so impressed that they requested if you want to come again, talk to the student, and that blew my mind. I had a session of 50 students or something, and the engagement they had, the way, the confidence the student had, that tells you what the quality of a university is, correct? Yeah. And it was an absolute joy. And I think this is one university where it's a small university, very personal, and teachers and students are super connected in that university, and I loved it. Wasif Saab, he is an amazing person. It was an amazing discussion, and I tell you, this few months back when I was there, when this whole chat GPT and AI discussions were going on, almost everyone I talked to, especially universities, were scared. What will we do? And I was quite impressed to hear Wasif Saab that he is so forward thinking, so progressive.
Liberal arts.
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, we should wholeheartedly accept it and support it, and not just support it, we should introduce this thing. And
Right.
one of the things he did, he connected with Sal Khan, who has done Khan Migo which is an AI-based learning. And the discussion is going on between them about how to introduce these AI-based programs.
Progressive generative AI. Oh,
into the
wonderful.
universities and teach the students in a fast-paced environment. So that kind of leadership makes these kind of universities. And I'm
Absolutely.
super impressed and honored to get to know him more.
Wonderful. Actually, I haven't seen Habib University, but I'm a product of Aligarh Muslim University, which is a liberal arts college. And when I came to the Bay Area, I came to know that, one of the founders of Apple was actually a liberal arts graduate.
Oh.
And they promoted that. And the amount of liberal arts colleges in America are going down. And that's where the innovation, technology, all of that grows, because it opens the mind for students to explore. And that is why I was also very interested in asking about, how did you dive into Open? And tell us more about Open, what it is. Maybe for those audience members that have never heard of Open.
Yeah. So Open is Organization of Pakistani Entrepreneurs. We have about 15 chapters throughout the world. The beautiful part about Open is even though it says Organization of Pakistani Entrepreneurs, but it's entrepreneurs and professionals, both sides. The entrepreneurs are made up of charter members. The most successful of the members are made up of charter members and general members and executive members also. So the most successful of the Pakistani diaspora are invited to become for the charter members of the organization. Our mission is to proliferate entrepreneurship, to give people guidance on how to climb corporate ladders, to engage them into mentorship. Or at least the way I got in it, I realized without mentorship, everyone can go forward and improve, but mentors are someone who really can take you forward at a very fast pace.
Absolutely.
And networking and connecting you with angel investors if you have investments, or connecting you with professionals if you want to just do the corporate ladder, climb the corporate ladder kind of thing. So that's the mission of Open.
And you're part of the president of Open Silicon Valley, although you've been part of Open for a long time. But we're very proud to have you as a president.
Thank you very much.
And so what is entrepreneurship, and how does it feel like for you personally? What is your vision of entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think, of course, the traditional definition is if you can start a company and you know how to start a company, you know your finances, to be your own boss and do something. That's your traditional definition. But to me, the definition of entrepreneurship is your passion. Can you take your passion from cradle to grave? Can you envision it from the moment you have this idea, this brilliant idea, I can do something out of it, execute it, and exit out of it. That's, to me, that whole circle is what I feel is entrepreneurship. In between, there are many things, correct? How to register a company and all those stuff. That's the tactical part of it. Yeah. But the strategic nature of it is what entrepreneurship to me is if you can vision from start to end how to take on your idea to completion.
Absolutely. Great answer. And today's focus actually was looking at the realm of global entrepreneurship and the role that Pakistan plays and all the opportunities that we have to tap into with the potential of having startups in Pakistan. With that, you know that the population of Pakistan currently 70% is below age 30. Correct. So there's a great potential for youth to actually get into entrepreneurship. What are your thoughts for the youth, and what do you see Pakistan in the next phase of 5 to 10 years tapping into that talent?
Yeah, I think Pakistan, I have to say, is, especially the young population, is super energized when it comes to doing something for their life, because Pakistan is a tough space. Jobs are not easy to come by. You don't have the kind of opportunities you get it here, correct? You have thousands of companies with hundreds and thousands of jobs. Yes, it's tough, you have competition and everything, but in Pakistan you don't have that, correct?
Yep.
Your education system is not strong enough Just to give you an idea, I mean, the numbers I hear is it's a sad reality, but 25,000 engineers come out of college, or technical professionals come out of college. Only I hear 10 to 15% are deployable.
Yeah.
But deployment doesn't mean that others cannot work and they do not work, but those are the ones, those are sought out people, correct? As opposed to here, almost everyone is employable. That gives these young people an opportunity to do something out of their life. And I've seen amazing freelancers, and freelancers are entrepreneurs, correct? These are the people, they work for themselves. They know how to market themselves. They know how to run their financials. They know how to do their core business, let it be building website or do financial bookkeeping or accounting or whatever they do, correct? And also they know how to go about building the team. Some of the freelancers have grown to be an amazing enterprises, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
There are multiple people.
Absolutely.
So Pakistan holds that potential. Pakistan holds this potential because of the parity of dollar rupee also, because you are competing in the world, and the one with the lowest cost have additional value, correct? That's not the only value proposition, but that's one of the value proposition, the global market.
The bottom line is all about the money. So it's always a competition and a potential for Pakistanis to tap into.
And the young population, one more thing I want to add is, the younger you are, the more energetic you are. I mean, we all are workaholics, especially when you're in this space. I love working. But I know my energy when I was in my 20s was much more. In my 30s, it was quite a bit more, correct? But as you get older, your energy does deplete a bit. Younger population in Pakistan have a lot of energy. It just needs to be channeled right.
Absolutely right. My next question is more about, we as investors here are always skeptical. It's a high risk venture to invest in Pakistan because of the uncertainties, whether it's economic or political.
So investment in Pakistan is always a challenging task or subject lately. But there is great opportunities. Let me just start with this, that Pakistan is one of those lands which has not been tapped yet in the global market. Mm-hmm. When you look at India, when you look at Philippines, or when you look at Malaysia or Singapore and all those countries which are quite well developed now, Singapore is way beyond developed, you see there is competition. You see when you go establish something, the cost of doing business has increased. The labor has become very competitive, very close to the labor you will pay here. India, for example, I mean, you used to get Indian labor for 1:6 or 1:8 ratio, mm-hmm. correct? That's not the option anymore, correct? If you are paying, maybe 1:3 would be the parity here. Mm-hmm. But in Pakistan, almost for $100,000, if you can get someone here, you can get maybe 8 or so employees there, maybe 10 employees, correct? So that, and the quality is about the same, correct? I cannot say exactly the same, but it's about the same. So that parity of getting a huge labor force there with less competition out there is one quality, correct? But what are the challenges, correct? I mean, there are many challenges. The biggest one, of course, is this whole thing of how do you invest in a country which have policies which does not allow you to set up your business easy, correct?
Yeah. Whether it's the IP or just operations.
Property is one of them. But
yes. Taxation.
Yeah. So last week, and we have been constantly doing this with government, we are constantly releasing policy recommendation document. We recently released one in which one of the policies, an easy one, when you invest in dollar, the first thing Pakistan does is converts it into rupees.
Yep.
So you instantly lose the value. Now, how do you invest? Plus, if you want to spend $10 million or $100 million, those are small and decent sized investment for us here, correct?
Right.
But you don't do it. What do? You establish a company in Delaware or Dubai or Singapore or
yep.
someplace, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So Pakistan does not reap the benefit of proper investment. Only the labor cost goes there to pay the salary. So that's one policy recommendation we're saying. Allow at least foreign investor to keep 100% of their forex account in that account, correct?
Right, absolutely.
Also the income generation. You should allow those income generation from international market into dollar account, Because what we do, all the marketing and sales is done on Google, on Facebook, and all those
Yeah.
things. So if you convert in rupees, then you convert back in dollar. There is sometimes a 20% loss within a week or within a month, correct? Because
Right.
you don't get the proper exchange rate. I've opened a company in Pakistan and it takes time for
Right.
foreigners, especially. That is not good at all, correct? In US, it takes no more than 2 hours, maximum 4 hours. You register a company, boom, you start business. In Pakistan, it can take weeks to months. That's not good. I'll tell you why I entered in Pakistan, and it was completely out of accident. We have our investment fund here, and we were investing, and we had to grow, especially a little before COVID and around COVID time. Also, we had to grow our business to some international markets. Unintentionally, my partner and I, correct, we all have different reasons for doing whatever. Not everybody's Pakistani. He started this business in India. We started business in India, I would say, like, and our team grew from 1 to 5 people. I'm like, what is happening? I'm Pakistani, and I have other team members Pakistani, and why are we doing? Can we not do it, Pakistan? Because the competition, the marketing of Pakistan is not that strong. You have
Yeah.
to go look for it, correct? So from there we said, stop this. Let's do it in Pakistan, and that grew a business within 2 years. Or a year and a half, we are about 80 some people. We plan to be few hundred people in soon, couple of years more. But and we realize growing in India is much more challenging than growing in Pakistan right now, correct? You can easily grow faster. It's just the initial pains are out there, correct?
But what about the infrastructure in Pakistan? Whether it's the
Yeah.
ongoing struggles with clean water, internet, electricity.
Yeah.
Are there ways that you would suggest to the government?
If you look at where we stand today in the world when it comes to technology, at least, we are not a country that needs to think ourselves in the silo कि हमने 80% बेहतर कर दिया अपना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, हमने 90%. हम ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड में compete कर रहे हैं. This is globalization, correct? Any investment, any company looks for, do you have the right set of infrastructures, correct? So electricity problems are there, but people have figured out how to overcome it. But the technology problems is still a big issue. The latency rate of internet is a huge issue.
Yeah.
Your data centers, you have to have local data center. That's another thing, correct? We are looking for. So things like those are super important. You need to make sure whatever you are doing, whatever companies, when you're competing against services and business for your freelancers or for big businesses in the world, you should be as good as the countries next to you because you're playing in the global world.
Absolutely. And what is your vision? Where do you see Habib University and Open coming together? Is there something that would be my parting question to you? Like, what do you visualize
Great question.
Habib to be benefit from people like us and as a leader like yourself?
Yeah, and I think it's a great question. What do universities do? Universities produce the next generation of these entrepreneurs and professionals, correct? So, and what do industry do, correct? Industry take this group of people in. So there is definitely a bridge, a strong bridge. Open, the amazing thing is Open's crown jewel are charter members, correct? The charter members are the successful entrepreneurs and successful professionals who have done something in their life. So obviously by nature, they have a huge responsibility. We all have a huge responsibility to give back to the community. Habib, I love the idea that Habib is already connecting that. Every time any of our charter members go there, Habib is always in touch, and I'm in touch with Habib, that use these opportunities of connecting this two group of people together. Because there's this thirst and hunger for knowledge in students of Habib University, and equally there is this drive and motivation for our charter members to give back. In fact, one of the requirement to become a charter member in Open, you have to sign this document saying that I will give back, I will give my time, I'll give my resources, whatever I can, to the next generation or to the members and non-members of Open, correct, of a Pakistani community. So there is this gap. We need to make sure we connect that gap, and we are always communicating with each other.
Absolutely. And someone who's very much in favor of touring Pakistan, making Pakistan a tourist destination, I personally feel like Habib University should open a semester-long opportunity for someone to go and live there and teach.
Great idea.
A semester-length course. People like yourself, living there for 6 months and completing
They are
something in
doing it.
entrepreneurship.
So, yeah, whenever we go there, we do small talks, but I agree with you. It will be great to have a boot camp or small sessions also. That's
Or even a
great idea.
6 months, sabbatical for someone to go.
We should give that.
This idea should be going to university. And also the VC part. Obviously we have the pool of open investors. You have the startup. If you want to dive into that a little bit before we end.
Yeah, we do have so there is a program which we run called Open Startup Connect. And the idea behind that program is any startup, anyone who has started a business. So by any we means that someone who has started a business and has started working a little bit can apply to this program with a 2 minutes founders video, what this program is or what this project is and what they want to do and what are they looking for. They can look for mentorship, they can look for funding, or just give a pitch to train themselves, correct? So we have a core committee of members, executive members, who review this, who score it.
Oh, wow.
And if these startups are mentor ready or funding ready, we take it to the Leadership Council. Leadership Council has most of the members, which are charter members from Silicon Valley and throughout the world who are part of this. So once a quarter, they come and present to the Leadership Council, at least the selected few. And those Leadership Council will either say we are ready to fund or we are ready to mentor if the mentorship is required. Or if they are not ready, they will give advice, what needs to happen and come back again kind of thing. So
perfect. So what's your message to entrepreneurs?
By the way, the website is startupconnect.io.
Startupconnect.io. So now we know. But going back to that startupconnect.io, would Habib University be a potential incubator to get that, to that level?
Definitely. I think every university, of course, the kids are coming out.
Yeah.
But I hear there's an incubation center discussions and those are going on.
Okay.
Definitely. That would be one of the areas where all these ideas and the projects will come from.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having Junaid here and an honor to be interviewing Junaid. And thank you for having me, Habib University, and we'll be signing off now. Thank you.
Thank you.